Hey everybody, welcome back. We're reading Shakespeare's Macbeth. Epic, epic, epic. Took a class on Shakespeare. Love it, love it, love it. It's one of my favorite plays. We're in Act 5, Scene 2, the country near Dunsinane. Drums and colors enter Menteith, Caithness, Angus, Lennox, and soldiers. Menteith. The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revengeance burn in them, for their dear causes would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man. Angus. Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them, that way are they coming. Caithness. Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother? Lennox. For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file. Of all gentry there is Seward's son, and many unthrough use that even now protest their first of manhood. Menteith. What does the tyrant? So the tyrant's Macbeth. Caithness. Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others, that lesser hate him, do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. So he cannot buckle, so he can't rein in his distempered, his anger, his fury, within the belt of rule, within the belt of honor, within the belt of virtue, within how usual warfare is conducted. Right? Angus. Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hand? Do you hear what he said? Does he feel the sticking murders on his hand? Remember when Lady Macbeth was washing her hands a lot? She visually sees it. They're asking if they can feel the tingling, if Macbeth feels the tingling of the death he has caused. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. So he's saying that Macbeth, his followers, his soldiers, they don't love him. They move just because they're told to move. They're not going to fight as with the people on this side who have revenge in their hearts. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief? So like the title that he has is loose. It's not firm. It's not established. Just like a dwarf wearing, a giant's cloak. Very cool Shakespearean language. Menteith. Who then shall blame his pestered sense to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there? Caithness. Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly weal, and with him pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us. Lennox. So each drop of us, with all our effort, to the last drop, all the energy? Lennox. Or so much as it needs, to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham. Exit marching. Scene 3. Dunsinane in the castle. Enter Macbeth, doctor, and attendants. Macbeth. Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood remove to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? He says he cannot taint with fear. Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly false stains, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. So he's again on line 6 saying he's reciting what those witches told him. And then on line 9 he's saying that in 10 that his heart will not sway, his heart will bear and will never sag with doubt, and his body will never shake with fear. He is fortified in his darkness. Enter servant. The devil damn thee back, thou cream-faced loon! Where gost thou that goose look? They say that you can always tell a lot about a person by the way they treat a serving staff. Look how Macbeth is treating his servant. Servant. There is 10,000... Macbeth. Geese, villain? Soldier, sir. Go prick thy face, and overrid thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldier's patch? Death of thy soul, those linen cheeks of thine are counsellors to fear. What soldiers wave face? The English force, so please you. Take thy face hence. Exit servant. So Macbeth is like he's snappy, right? He's like, there's 10,000 and he doesn't answer quickly. And then Macbeth's like, what? Geese? He's like, no, soldiers. He's called him a lily-livered boy, which is like a wimp. You don't have the strength, the cojones, you know? Your liver is lily-livered. You know, it's not healthy and ready for the battle. Satan, I am sick at heart. When I behold Satan, I say, thus push will cheer me ever. Oh, deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen to this year. The yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age. So he says his way of life is like the yellow leaf. Close to, you know, when it dies. You know, a leaf turns green, changes colors, and then yellow is on the way of death. And he's saying here, I've lived long enough. Remember, in line 10 he said he'll never sag with doubt or fear, yet here in this line, in 23-ish, you know, he's saying that he's lived long enough. As honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead curse not loud but deep, mouth, honor, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny, and dare not Satan. Enter Satan. Satan, what's your grace's pleasure? Macbeth, what news more? All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported. I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor. 'Tis not needed yet. I'll put it on. Send out my horses, skirr the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How does your penitent doctor? Now this reminds me a lot of the character Stannis Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Macbeth is sort of like that. He's like, oh, the Satan. Now this is not Satan. It's not the devil. It's Satan. Seyton. And he's saying like, oh, you don't need your armor. And he's like, no, give me my armor and kill anyone who talks of fear. Doctor, not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with the thick coming fancies that keep her from her rest. So Macbeth's asking the doctor about his wife. Macbeth, cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased, pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart? He's saying, like, why can't the physician, you know, root out that memory, administer to this her disease-plagued mind, and give her some type of antidote, some types of vaccination maybe almost, of stuffed her bosom is filled with sorrow of what she did, and she has all this pain. So he's like, take off that weight, cleanse it, make her anew, cure her. But the doctor's already admitted he can't do that. This is a spiritual matter, not a disease matter. Doctor, therein the patient must minister to himself. Macbeth, throw psychic to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come, put my armor on. Give me my staff. Send out, doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to thy very echo. That should applaud again, pulled it off, I say. What rhubarb, senna, or purgative drug would scur this English hence? Hearest thou of them? Doctor, ay, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something. Macbeth, bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death in vain, till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. Doctor, aside. Whenever they say aside, it means the doctor's talking to himself. Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here. Exit. So the doctor's like, I'm never coming back here again, even for the money. This place is basically crazy. Like, I'm out. You know? This is crazy. It's interesting because even the doctor's realizing, like, man, something's just ain't right. And Macbeth is saying that he'll echo, I will applaud thee to the very echo. Like, he'll continue to praise the doctor if he can cure his wife. But the doctor is like, no, Therein the patient must minister to himself. This is an internal issue, right? Raise out the written troubles of the brain. Raise it out. The written troubles on the brain. The deeds you have done, written in your mind. The language of Shakespeare is truly brilliant, family. I don't know if you realize it, but such epic poetic language.